Hey YouTube fragrance family, welcome to day 9 sampling samples Atelier month, Bergamote Soleil, Atelier Cologne 2016 release. Nose behind this one, same old nose, Jérôme Épinette. Big notes in this fragrance would have to be bergamot, obviously. Bitter orange, which I see that Jérôme utilizes quite a bit in many of the ateliers. So I'm starting to find this out that bitter orange has been utilized quite a bit in the fragrances. This is the one that it was utilized the most from my experience. Also lavender, jasmine, and ambrette are utilized in this fragrance. So Bergamote Soleil is your typical atelier fragrance. Absolutely stunning, authentic introduction, and a dry down that is something less to be desired. So I'm going to get into it. My impressions of this fragrance, immediately, I was happy, immediately. These Atelier fragrances, especially the softer ones, the ones that are built on the citruses, like this one, Bergamot, bright, authentic, bergamot. There's some bitter orange that actually backs this up a little bit. Mostly what I'm getting is a zesty bergamot. It's authentic, it's well constructed, it's all that. It's actually an upper echelon bergamot. I would have to put it in one of the best. If I had a top 10 bergamot based note list as far as fragrances go, just the note itself, it would probably make the top 10. The bitter orange slowly backs the bergamot. So it's bergamot in the front, but you still have that bitter orange kind of helping out the bergamot. It was actually interesting to see that the bitter orange was backing it, and then it was just slowly getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and actually taking the scent over around the mid. So it was really interesting that the bitter orange, you could almost roughly say that the bitter orange was this, bergamot's your primary idea, but the bitter orange was like 1A and 1B for the bitter orange. It was really that close as far as the main aspect here. The bitter orange does change the bergamot a tad, which actually is very much inviting to me. It was a different type of bergamot. A lot of bergamot based scents, especially the ones that are very fluid, like a Bergamote 22 or Bergamote by the different company. Very outstanding, authentic bergamot. This utilized, the bitter orange was really changing the introduction of the bergamot here. It has a slight tartness in this opening. And it was really interesting to get that tartness. Think almost like a tart grapefruit. It really reminded me of, I don't have my bottle in front of me, but Pomelo Paradis. This is what this reminded me, because the grapefruit in Pomelo Paradis has a tartness to it that gives you that authentic grapefruit. This has a tartness that is very, very similar to Pomelo Paradis, which I absolutely love Pomelo Paradis. So really good thing. Introduction, great. Mid to dry down was still good because you still had that bitter orange, but you could see that the lavender started coming through, the ambrette was coming through, and a little bit of jasmine. So you were getting that florals that were starting to come in. And the thing is the jasmine was okay. It was very minimal. It was mostly lavender. Lavender in here in the ambrette gave the scent a soapy, fresh quality that the lavender gives. The lavender was solid. I wouldn't say is anything that it smells like laundry detergent or anything. It has a soapiness to it, but it was actually a little better than a lot of these other scents that you utilize as lavender. It's very synthetic and it smells like cleaner. This did not smell like that. It was actually soapy, but it was more of a boring lavender than a synthetic bad lavender. That's all it was. The dry down didn't have any oomph to it. It was lavender. It's a little bit of sweetness and some jasmine. There wasn't depth, and that is what these ateliers are still missing. Like Bergamote Soleil really has that outstanding introduction, very good mid, and then just loses me at that 4-hour mark. It's just like, what is going on? 3 to 4 hours, it's just, where's the backbone? That's the thing that's missing in these fragrances. It really could be a 5-star fragrance if it just had a backbone, right? Fragrances like Le Labo's Bergamote 22, or even different companies, Bergamote, Jacques Delena fragrance, these bergamots have something to hold on to. This feels so thin. It just feels like once that citrus is gone, you're losing me. The citrus is amazing. some of the best in the game. It's just that dry down. It's hard. It's really hard to enjoy some of these ateliers. So unfortunately for Bergamote Soleil, a really great start. Almost 5 to 4 star rating, and then it just dropped down the more it was on my skin. Talking about on my skin, staying power. This fragrance I hear on some people goes beast mode. Not here. 4 or 5 hours with that sample. And those Atelier samples, they're not huge, but they're not small either. I dumped the whole thing on me. 4 to 5 hours. Moderate projection. It was barely chugging along at 5. If I really wanted to push it, I could say 4 to 6 hours, but it is what it is. It was really having a hard time finishing my workday. The good things about this fragrance, hey, it's got to be that opening. It's got to be the citrus. It's got to be their bread and butter. It's actually one of their better citruses. Their citruses are outstanding. I got to give them that. The bad thing about this fragrance, it's a solid to okay dry down. It's all about the opening. That's all it is. And I'm not one of those top heavy guys. Sometimes the top is so good that you can't ignore it and you have to buy it and you just have to keep reapplying to remind yourself of it. This one is, it's on that cusp that it's so good in the introduction that I almost feel like buying it and I'm just going to reapply. And I'm sure a lot of you out there that own this do that. Final take, is this bottle worthy? Another sample or a pass? Definitely another sample. If I can find it at a cheap rate, something around under $100 or something like that, half bottle, used bottle, then I'll buy one instead of getting another sample. This is one of those that it's at the cusp of getting purchased. There's a lot of downfalls, but there's a lot of great things in that introduction that is very hard to ignore. I really liked it. I love that introduction. That goes to a star rating, 1 being trash and 5 being simply outstanding. Bergamote Soleil is a high 3 star. High 3 star on the cusp of a 4 star. That dry down is so thin. I just wish that, you know, if I had more than a soapy lavender, a little bit of that ombre, but other than that, where's the backbone? Actually, never mind. I forgot to mention, and I didn't write it down in my little thing that I write down every night after I've tested it. I believe there's vetiver in here. It turned out very green. The theme, the color of this fragrance, I would have to say, orange, greenish, yeah. Vetiver. There was vetiver in this backdrop. I would have to say more in the mid. It came in early, but other than that, again, it just really was thin. It doesn't still help it, but the vetiver was there. It was okay. It wasn't a dirty vetiver. It was just there. Again, okay. So high 3 star rating. Bergamote Soleil, again, something that is, I think, is well above average, definitely. But again, still just falling a little bit short of that 4 to 5 star that I'm looking for. So thank you for watching, everybody. And yeah, if you got your thoughts on Bergamote Soleil, please let me know in the comments below, especially the good things and the bad things, what you think was a drawback in this fragrance if you smelt it, and the good things, you know, why you have a bottle, things like that. I'd like to hear your thoughts. And I really appreciate all the support. Atelier Month, Day 9. She's gonzo. Thanks for watching.